Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of all of us at Tunxis Community College, I'm pleased to welcome you all here today to learn about our advanced manufacturing technology programs beginning here this fall. I'm Dr. James Lambella, president of both Asnuntuck and Tunxis Community Colleges. I would like to thank and acknowledge Senator Blumenthal, President Marco Jakian, Commissioner Westby, and our business leaders and press who are with us today. A recent Connecticut Business and Industry CBIA survey on Connecticut manufacturing workforce needs shows that there is a dire need for qualified workforce to support the nearly 13,000 jobs available in the manufacturing industry in 2018 alone. These positions require not only a skilled workforce, but a workforce with competent soft skills combined with technical skills. Our Regional Center for Next Generation Manufacturing, along with CBIA, conducted this survey of our state's manufacturers about their hiring expectations and workforce needs for the next 3 years. The goal was that the survey's findings would encourage the development of legislation and programs within manufacturing companies and our educational institutions to fill Connecticut's manufacturing workforce needs. Tunxis Community College recognizes this and wants employers to know that we are prepared to participate in delivering education to meet these workforce needs. We are working closely with our aerospace manufacturers and supply chain manufacturers, our spring and metal stamping manufacturers, and our engineering and technology employers to meet these needs. Soon we will hear from one of our students, Caitlin, who has gone through the program, and several other graduates will be talking following this event at the roundtable session, which will be held next door. We are modeling all that we have built at Asnuntuck's highly successful signature manufacturing program and advanced manufacturing technologies in Enfield, and we're bringing those programs to Tunxis Community College here in the Farmington region. Beginning this fall, Tunxis will be offering certificates and degrees in both advanced manufacturing machine technology and manufacturing electromechanical maintenance technology. Students enrolled in Machining Electromechanical Maintenance Technology program will attend our Tunxis campus 5 days a week with hands-on learning in our new mechatronics electromechanical lab that is currently under construction here at campus. Students enrolled in the Advanced Manufacturing Machine Technology program will attend our Tunxis campus 3 days a week in our new metrology inspection and 3D additive manufacturing lab, which is also under construction, and spend 2 days a week at Asnuntuck in the new 27,000 square foot Advanced Manufacturing Technology Center, where they will receive hands-on experiential learning on a variety of equipment and machines. This is a great example of sharing our state's resources between institutions to best serve our Connecticut citizens. Tunxis Community College will be the 8th community college to offer full comprehensive advanced manufacturing technology programs modeled after Asnuntuck's programs. I want to be clear, these programs are not new programs. The curriculum coming at Tunxis is 20 years in the making at Asnuntuck, and I'm proud to say they have generated placement rates of over 90% for students in these programs. Just to give you an example of what we intend to build here in the center of the state with these 2 new programs, this past year Asnuntuck awarded nearly 200 certificates and degrees to students in advanced manufacturing. For the 2018 academic year, that number will be closer to 250 to 300 certificates and degrees awarded in advanced manufacturing. Asnuntuck is also involved with the training and education of an additional 1,000 plus incumbent workers, as well as scores of middle school and high school students ranging from 5th to 12th grade in more than 10 different school systems. We begin in the 5th and 6th grades exposing these students to tabletop CNC machines, 3D printers, also known as additive manufacturing, CAD, CAM, blueprint reading, quality inspection, and more, all delivered with hands-on experiential learning projects. Our goal is to have their parents become used to having manufacturing projects coming home through the 9th grade, and to have parents and school counselors understand that manufacturing is high tech, high earnings, and high excitement, including robotics, touchscreens, clean rooms, and more. In the 10th grade, these students can then decide to go into our 5th year model program where they can earn 30 college credits between the 10th and 12th grades and graduate with half an associate degree already in their pocket. They can then come to Asnuntuck or Tunxis for 1 calendar year after high school and earn their associate degree in advanced technologies. And they can also then choose to transfer this stackable credential through our College of Technology directly to Central Connecticut State University and pursue your 4-year degrees in engineering or tech ed and advanced technologies. Today, we affirm our partnership with Connecticut's manufacturing industry as we embark together on a mission to deliver graduates for tomorrow's workforce. Following this event, we'll move to a roundtable discussion with several of our students' graduates and several employer and association boards. This past spring, Tunxis held a manufacturing roundtable with nearly 100 in attendance. We asked our area employers to come to the table and discuss offering tours of their modern manufacturing facilities for our students, offering internships and apprenticeships and job shadowing opportunities for our students as well. We asked many of these local employers if they're willing to serve on our advisory boards that we're putting together to help guide and shape the curriculum to meet the local employer needs. In short, we recognize that we must collaborate if we're going to meet the workforce needs of this region and of our state. I also want to turn around and do the unveiling here. I told you this one was Make It Here, Tunxis trained, Advanced Manufacturing Technologies. So we're proud to say Tunxis is the 8th community college out of the 12 community colleges in the state that now have comprehensive advanced manufacturing technology programs. Let's hear a round of applause for that. Now I'm truly pleased to introduce you to an individual who has been fully supportive of expanding advanced manufacturing training statewide and a true supporter in this mission. Please welcome the President of Connecticut State Colleges and Universities, President Mark Ojakian.
Thank you, Jim. It's a pleasure to be here with you once again to welcome Senator Blumenthal to this great campus, and also to really showcase the achievement that has happened here already at Tunxis. As President Lambella has indicated, this is the 8th advanced manufacturing program and center in the state of Connecticut. I would be remiss if I didn't thank the governor for his leadership and commitment to advanced manufacturing. When he became governor in January of 2011, there was one program in the state of Connecticut, and now with the addition of Tunxis, we have 8. And I always knew that here in this region, here at Tunxis, was an institution where we could expand and offer this kind of critical training to the region, to the people in the Farmington Valley. And so here we are today. Thank you, President Lambella, for your leadership in this area. You know, it's more important now than ever that our colleges are the places where we recruit and retrain the skilled workers that we're going to need to provide the workforce in the next 10 and 20 years in the state of Connecticut. And I couldn't be prouder to be a part of this effort. I'm going to be very brief today because you hear from me probably more often than you want to. But we're here actually today to hear from Senator Blumenthal. And I have the opportunity, first of all, to thank him for visiting here today. You know, he has worked tirelessly to secure federal defense funding for Connecticut's manufacturing base, as well as other critical industry sectors. And we are grateful for his work. And I just want to, on a personal note, I've known Senator Blumenthal for many, many years. We've both been in public service for many, many years. And at this critical time in our nation's history, I couldn't be prouder to call him not only a friend, but our senator. Senator, thank you for all the work you do, not only in this area, but for the state of Connecticut and for our great country. Senator Blumenthal.
Well, if I'm smart, I'm going to be very brief because I can only go downhill from that wonderful introduction. Thank you so much, Mark. And really thank you for your service over many, many years to our state and our nation. And Jim Lambella and I also have known each other for quite a while. I first met him at Snuntuck, where he was pioneering this kind of advanced manufacturing program. And to my great friend Kurt Westby, thank you for your leadership at the Department of Labor. But most important, my thanks and admiration to Caitlin Lynch and all the students and faculty who are here and the many who are not here today. because you are champions and pioneers of a new frontier in American manufacturing. It's a new frontier for our workforce and for the people who make things. And those people have never been more important than now. I see it through the lens of our armed services. I'm on the Armed Services Committee. In the 8 years that I've been on this committee, I have fought for increased spending on undersea warfare. We make submarines in Connecticut. For new aircraft, the Joint Strike Fighter, that will be our source of air superiority through the remainder of this century. That sounds like an exaggeration, but trust me, it is true. This Joint Strike Fighter will be the basis for American air superiority. And helicopters, which we make here. There is no more versatile aircraft than a helicopter. If you've been to, I'm not saying that too many of you are veterans of the Iraq-Afghanistan era, but I've been 3 times. One of my sons have served there. Another of my sons was in the Navy doing special operations. They are the way we make our armed services mobile. And to put it just very succinctly, there is more money for those weapon systems in this National Defense Authorization Act. We just passed it after a lengthy process, including, as you know, 2 separate bills, the House and the Senate. We have to conference them, but we fought and we succeeded in getting more funds, in fact, than the president wanted for these weapon systems. I was saying to Jim Lumbella earlier, one of the most common questions I'm asked by the folks from the Pentagon, the assistant secretaries and the generals, is, you're going to have enough people to make these subs, to build these aircraft engines at Pratt & Whitney, to make the helicopters? You're going to have enough of the pipe fitters and welders and electricians and designers and engineers? You can't just put ads in the newspaper and hire them. In fact, there are openings at those companies right now for people with those skills. And over the next 10 to 15 years, we're going to need tens of thousands more. Not even counting the supply chain, which, as you know, is critical to build those weapons platforms. And we're just talking here about national defense, not about all of the civilian demands and needs that we're going to see. But on national defense, those people who work at Electric Boat and at Pratt & Whitney and Sikorsky and at all the suppliers, those workers are as important as most of the folks who wear a uniform and who carry weapons. They guarantee that those folks who are at the tip of the spear will never have a fair fight. We never want them to have a fair fight. We always want them to have superiority. And it comes back to these guys who are putting together the submarines and the helicopters and the aircraft to make sure that we have that superiority. So, you know, yes, it's about good jobs, it's about economic progress, but it's also about our national security and our national defense. And there is more money in this NDAA, billions more, tens of billions more than ever before for this work. The other thing that is so apparent from, you know, the old saying, picture's worth 1,000 words, these pictures tell you what really you hear every day. It's not your grandfather's manufacturing anymore. It's not your father's manufacturing anymore. It's not even your older brother's manufacturing anymore. I could not even think of doing most of these jobs. I just am in awe of the folks who do. And that's why my biggest thank you is for the students who are going to be on these assembly lines and who are going to be literally giving their lives and their careers to changing technology. It isn't going to be one skill. It isn't going to be for 1 year or 5 years, or it's going to be changing. So I have seen the future. This is what it looks like. It's additive 3D technology. It's the electromechanics. It's all the words that I can't even pronounce, metrology. It's all the things that, for me, are really awesome. But this is our future because it is Tunxis. And Tunxis can be a model for what we need to expand. We really need to scale it up. And I will be very blunt. The federal government has been inadequate. Federal government needs to do more. Federal government needs to put our money where our mouth is. Everybody likes to talk the talk. We need the resources for Connecticut and other states around the country to make sure that we keep our promises. So I want to thank Jim and Mark and Kurt and all of you, and Caitlin. I know you're speaking in a couple of minutes, but thank you so much. Keep up the great work. Thank you. And thanks, everyone. Now, am I supposed to introduce someone? No. Okay. Perfect.
Thank you, Senator Blumenthal. I can't thank you enough for your support. Another individual I'd like to introduce to the podium that has some remarks, and I'm looking forward to working with Commissioner Westby in your new role. And I know we've worked together in the past, but come on up and share some words of wisdom with us, and we appreciate and look forward to your support as we move forward as well.
Thanks, Dr. Lombella. What a team. I think we have the best team in the country in terms of working together to meet the needs, the very large needs of what manufacturing requires over the next 20 years, as well as the workers who need good jobs. You know, there's been a kind of decline of quality jobs for decades now. These efforts are really there to reverse that decline, and that's a big deal as far as labor market's concerned. So, Dr. Lombella, you know, coming from Nuntuk and the great work that you've done there, I mean, that's the Cadillac of the training programs around, and everyone knows it. Bringing it here is a home run. Senator Blumenthal, you're always there, and we know it. Whether it's grants to support all these various programs, is that too loud? Or particularly in the pipeline out in eastern Connecticut with Three Rivers and Grasso Tech, you helped get monies for those projects, and they're a resounding success, as you know. And our senator, by the way, was just at JPRO company on Wednesday, I believe, touring yet another supplier company that serves our big employers. 22, and they're hiring. 22 of the recent folks that they've hired have come through some sort of DOL training, whether it's MIF, Manufacturing Innovation Fund, STEM, or Step Up. So my message there is wherever we can partner, wherever we can work with Make It Here or any other endeavor, we want to do it, and we think we can bring value to most of these programs. So Mark Ojakian, of course, has been putting all of this together with his vision and tenacity, quite frankly, growing advanced manufacturing here at Tunxis. Obviously, it's been a statewide strategy of partnerships that was just described, so I'm not going to repeat that. Other than the advanced manufacturing centers, I'll say it again, grew from 1 to 8 under your leadership. That's a big deal, and I can't see any other state doing any more than that. But particularly good, and I know Dr. Lombella alluded to this, but I want to repeat it, linking high schools and technical schools with their programs with employers starting with internships. Maybe we have pre-apprenticeship programs for the high schools now and technical schools where you can earn credit as a pre-apprentice with the employer for later on if they become apprentices, linking that with employers and linking that with the colleges so that a student or an employee can jump on at any point from high school all the way through community college and start at any point and end up with value added every step of the way. And I think that's the uniqueness of the product that we have here, and that will be an astounding success. And that approach has been utilized in a whole bunch of the community colleges, and so I'm very excited about it. So with that, I just want to say that these partnerships are working, and if there's anything else DOL can do to enhance any of these partnerships, we are there to bring value added. Congratulations. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioner Westby. Real quickly, I just want to show of hands. Employers in the room, employer associations. I know I spotted Paul Murphy here, who represents ACM. He's the new director, executive director for ACM. That's your title there, and represents 116 employers to almost 10,000 employees. So thank you for joining us today. I also want to acknowledge all the students with name tags in the room. Students, raise your hands here. They're here as well, and you guys truly are the fabric and the future workforce, and I echo what both Senator and President Ojekian and Commissioner Westby said, that you are our future as we move forward. So with that, it's very important that we get to hear from at least one student from the podium, and other students are going to talk at the roundtable next, but I truly want to introduce Caitlin Lynch. Caitlin received her Advanced Manufacturing Machine Technology Certificate from Nantucket Community College in spring of 2017. She's currently working at MacDac Engineering Incorporated, and is in inside sales and social media representative as well, and over the past few years. So Caitlin, come join us. We want to hear your story.
Well, first, I'd like to thank everyone for having me. I'm honored to be able to represent as Nantucket as much as I get the opportunity to. As Nantucket really changed my life, I really didn't understand the need and want for a manufacturing career until I attended and went through the courses and really, saw and grasped firsthand what we need today in our workforce and what we'll continue to need. 80% of jobs in 2030 haven't even been created yet, and almost all of those are estimated to be in STEM. So it's really key that more programs, just like Tunxis is, and all the majority of the colleges that have them, continue to grow them and push more colleges to get them. If I hadn't gone through as Nantucket, I have no idea where I would be. Before I had thought about manufacturing, I wanted to do a 4-year degree in law. So, I probably would be at, a 4-year school somewhere. Who knows if I would be happy. The Nantucket program really gave me a chance to go through it for a year, see if this was something I really liked. And even if I didn't like it, I had a certificate to, go get a job somewhere and support myself until I figured out what I wanted. And I got lucky enough that I landed in a job that I love. And all that is because of Nantucket. I'd just like to thank Nantucket for, giving me this opportunity and continuing to give me opportunities. And every chance I get, I try to spread the word about manufacturing and this growing industry, and I hope that you all do the same. Thank you.
Thank you, Caitlin. With that, we're going to wrap things up. We know the Senator has a very tight schedule today, so he is actually going to be leaving, but we're going to ask the students who have name tags, they're going to escort you out to your car and walk with you, so we have an opportunity for students to interact and talk with you as well. But we can't thank you enough for joining us again today, President Ojekian, Commissioner Westby, and just spread the word that manufacturing is here in the Farmington Valley. It's here to stay, it's here to grow, and there are opportunities for students as we move forward. So thank you, everyone, for joining us.